Every day you make dozens of decisions about AI tools at work, but did you know more than 75% of professionals feel uncertain about the ethical implications of their AI choices? Today, we're looking at practical ways to handle AI ethics in your daily work. No complex frameworks or philosophical debates, just clear, actionable steps. You'll learn how to spot potential ethical issues before they become problems, implement simple checks when using AI tools, and confidently make decisions that protect both your organization and its stakeholders. Whether you're just starting to use AI or already managing AI projects, these straightforward approaches will help you navigate ethical considerations without slowing down your work. Step 1. Quick ethical assessment in daily AI usage. Let's start with something practical. A simple 3-question check you can use before working with any AI tool. Think of it as your ethical safety belt. Quick to put on, but potentially life-saving. First question, who could be impacted by this AI decision? This isn't just about your immediate team or customers. Consider everyone who might interact with the output, from end users to people whose data might be processed. For example, if you're using AI to screen job applications, you're not just affecting your HR team. You're impacting every candidate's future, their families, and ultimately, your company's diversity. The second question is, what data is being used and shared? Take a moment to understand what information you're feeding into the AI system. Are you sharing customer details, employee records, sensitive business information? Remember, once data goes into an AI system, it's not always clear how it might be stored or used. If you wouldn't feel comfortable explaining the data usage to the people it belongs to, that's a red flag. The third question, can I explain how this AI reached its conclusion? If you can't explain it in simple terms, you probably shouldn't rely on it. This doesn't mean you need to understand complex algorithms, but you should be able to trace the basic logic from input to output. Now let's talk about some clear warning signs to watch for. First red flag, unexplainable outputs. If the AI gives you results that seem random or that you can't logically explain, stop and reassess. It's like getting driving directions that tell you to go through a building. Something's clearly wrong. Second red flag, requests for sensitive data. If an AI tool asks for information that seems unnecessary for its task, that's cause for concern. A grammar checker doesn't need access to your financial records. A scheduling assistant doesn't need your medical history. The third red flag is biased or discriminatory results. Watch for patterns that unfairly favor or disadvantage certain groups. If your AI recruitment tool consistently ranks candidates from certain universities higher, that's a bias you need to address. These aren't just theoretical concerns. They're practical issues that can impact real people's lives. Now that we have these basic checks in place, let's look at how to put some practical safeguards around your AI usage to make sure these ethical considerations stick. Step 2. Practical safeguards when using AI tools. Let's talk about putting some real safeguards in place when you're using AI tools at work. The first crucial step is documenting your key decisions and reasoning. Think of this like leaving breadcrumbs for yourself and others to follow. Every time you use an AI tool, take 30 seconds to jot down why you chose specific settings or parameters. For example, if you're using AI for customer service responses, note down that you set the tone as friendly but professional, and why. These quick notes can save hours of confusion later, especially if something unexpected happens. Speaking of unexpected things, always record any outputs that seem off or raise concerns. If an AI generates content that feels biased or makes recommendations that don't align with your company values, flag it immediately. Now let's talk about setting clear boundaries for AI usage. You need to know exactly which tasks should always have a human review. For instance, any AI-generated content that directly impacts customer financial decisions should always get human eyes on it. Consider creating a simple checklist of tasks that require mandatory human oversight. When it comes to data sharing limits, be specific and strict. Decide upfront what types of data your team won't feed into AI tools. Things like personal customer information or sensitive business metrics. Create clear stopping points in your automated processes. Think of these as emergency brakes, points where the AI needs to pause and wait for human confirmation before proceeding. A good rule of thumb is to add these stopping points before any irreversible actions or significant decisions. Document these boundaries in a simple, accessible format that your whole team can reference. Make sure everyone knows where these guidelines are stored and how to access them quickly. Regular updates to these safeguards are essential. What works today might need adjustment tomorrow as AI capabilities evolve. And remember, these aren't just bureaucratic hurdles. They're practical tools to protect your work and your organization. Keep your documentation simple but thorough. You don't need a novel, just clear, actionable notes. Now that we have these practical safeguards in place, let's look at how we can build trust through transparent AI practices, which is crucial for long-term success with these tools. Step 3. Building trust through transparent AI practice. Let's talk about something that's often overlooked when using AI tools: keeping everyone in the loop. Studies show that more than 80% of employees feel more comfortable with AI when they understand how it's being used in their workplace. Start by letting your team know whenever you're implementing a new AI tool or process. Be specific about what the AI is doing. For example, say, "We're using AI to help sort through customer feedback," rather than just, "We're using AI." Remember to emphasize that AI is there to support, not replace, human decision-making. A good way to phrase this is, "The AI helps us spot patterns in data, but we make the final calls based on our experience and judgment." When sharing AI-generated results, always mention that they came from AI and explain your review process. Make monitoring AI outputs part of your regular routine. Set up weekly or monthly checks to verify that your AI tools are performing as expected. Look for any unusual patterns or results that don't align with your real-world experience. Keep a simple log of accuracy rates. Even a basic spreadsheet tracking correct versus incorrect outputs can be invaluable. When you spot issues, document them clearly and share them with your team. Create a feedback loop where team members can easily report concerns about AI outputs. Use these experiences to update your guidelines. If you notice certain types of errors happening repeatedly, add specific checks for those issues. Consider setting up brief monthly meetings where team members can share their experiences with AI tools. These discussions often reveal patterns that might not be obvious to individual users. Don't hesitate to adjust or even stop using AI tools that consistently raise red flags. Your real-world experience is one of the best guides for improving AI usage over time. Share success stories too. When AI helps achieve better results, document how and why it worked well. This helps build confidence and shows others how to use AI tools effectively. Remember that transparency builds trust, and trust is essential for successful AI implementation. With these practices in place, you'll create an environment where AI enhances rather than undermines your team's capabilities. Now that we've established how to maintain transparency and trust, let's look at handling those tricky ethical situations that often come up when using AI tools. Step 4. Managing common ethical challenges. Let's talk about one of the biggest challenges you'll face: the pressure to move quickly with AI while staying ethical. Here's a practical approach that works well when you're under time pressure. First, take 30 seconds to ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if this AI decision goes wrong? If your answer involves potential harm to people or significant business risks, that's your signal to slow down. For faster decisions, use the traffic light method. Green light: simple AI tasks like basic data analysis or content suggestions. Proceed with standard checks. Yellow light: customer-facing decisions or processing sensitive information. Pause for a quick team review. Red light: decisions affecting employment, financial status, or personal rights. Stop for a thorough ethical review. Remember, sometimes taking an extra hour now can save weeks of cleanup later. We all face moments when we're just not sure about the ethical implications of an AI decision. When in doubt, here's your go-to action plan. Start by checking your organization's AI guidelines. They often have specific examples that match your situation. Can't find relevant guidelines? Reach out to your company's data ethics team or IT department. If you don't have these resources, consider consulting online AI ethics communities or professional forums. Sometimes the best approach is to step back and ask, do we really need AI for this? There's no shame in choosing traditional methods when the ethical path isn't clear. Keep a simple decision log. Note what you were uncertain about and how you handled it. This helps build a knowledge base for future situations and protects you if questions arise later. Today, we've covered practical ways to handle AI ethics in your daily work, from quick assessments to managing complex ethical challenges. If you found this guide helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical AI tips. What's your biggest ethical challenge when using AI at work? Share in the comments below. Let's learn from each other's experiences. Remember, being ethical with AI isn't about being perfect. It's about being thoughtful and responsible in your everyday decisions.